it's really and I feel it's a great opportunity. Of course, though I have crossed 25 years of this work in panchayats and the village development, other thing. And today, I also closely work with Sri S. Patil sir and other thing. Even Manish Shankar Iyer also, to some extent, I used to work. But today, this is an excellent opportunity because this 1 week I was listening. I was also participating, and the 1 week I was listening the interest of the people to re-establish or establish the Gram Swaraj, and various types of talkings, discussions, everything were going on. And I'm really thankful to uh, Sri G.R. Patil sir for giving this opportunity. Of course, uh, in my talk, he asked me to talk for about 1 hour or something. In that, of course, it may not go for 1 hour. In that 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I want to tell you you all and who I am, and of course, though Ilango, Panchayat, and other things are known, then the later things what I am going to talk, how this is going to be relevant. So first about 5 to 10 minutes, I want to talk about my own background. I am a chemical engineer. I born in this place where I am working. My village is called Kuttambakam. It's very nearer to Chennai. Now it is becoming Chennai. But it was olden days. I mean, 35 years back when I was 15 years or even 20 years young boy, and I found it was very backward village. And though it is closer to Chennai, and this belt where I am living, Kutumbakam, and about 30 or 40 panchayats, and they're all Dalit population dominated villages. In fact, about 40 to 50% of the population will be more Dalit communities. But Dalit communities more in number, so this kind of emotional binding will be there. A lot of Ambedkar movement, this and that will be there. But the development was not that much happening. And because of the mightiness, because of the more number, more violence, and more some kind of disorganized way of talkings were going on. And because of this became the epicenter of caste based violence. When it was the echo of this zone. In fact, I told you this 35-40 panchayats, it was echoing. If one Dalit is killed somewhere in South Tamil Nadu, and one other community will be killed here. That kind of violent situation was going on. And the landless, again, the Dalit people were there, more number, but most of them were landless, poor, and absolute poverty. And because of that, the poverty and the things linked to poverty was continuing. Again, the vicious circle of poverty was continuing. Interestingly, I'm from a very poor family, but my father was an educated person, and he was a Government of India employee among the poor, and my family was little better among the illiterate poor. And my father was a little educated person, and he was able to take care of me and my brothers. And so he was able to give a good education and good protection from the society, something like this. But I was witnessing, except my family, the remaining other families, how the poverty was. All the boys who used to come to school with me, and they used to come without anything, without food. But I was the only boy carrying the tiffin box, carrying the lunch, and eating that. And all the 40 or 50 boys around me used to watch my one tiffin box. And when we used to share, even 1 teaspoon of food was not shared. So that kind of poverty. And again, the dressing code, again the facilities, the children they used to enjoy. This is one side. As a young boy, I was witnessing all these things. My own safe surrounding, my own safe, my father, my family support. But I was witnessing the poverty and other related issue for the children, young children, and the caste-based discrepancies. Like in the school, untouchability was practiced. In the schools, the so-called the upper caste area people, then they did not give water for the lower caste boys. So because of this, these boys goes to the nearby turbid ponds along with buffaloes. They used to drink some water. This kind of thing I was watching, what was caste and caste based issues. Then other side, among the Dalit and the poor people, the men, I'm carefully quoting, not all the village men, but among the poor, but majority of the men, they were drunkards. And they used to drink those days. Nowadays, it's a government run liquor is there. Those days, it was illicit liquor. Illicit liquor was distilled or brewed anywhere, everywhere, and plenty of liquor was available. So the men used to drink like anything. The drunkard men, they come back and they create violence in the villages in the villages for petty reasons. One. Second one is they used to beat the women. They used to beat the children. So the violence due to this liquor and other thing, that was also I was witnessing. Sometimes police overpower on the poor people. That used to be. Sometimes I used to see the corruption and all these things. So when I was growing, a 14-year boy, a 15-year boy, I finished my school. When I joined engineering in Chennai, then I was able to see the difference between Chennai and my own village. I was able to see the difference between the good schools in Chennai and other my place. And I was able to witness the better roads and my own village roads, kacha roads or disconnected roads and all. And the power connection and all in the cities and again my own village. And the education, and because of the education, the culture of the some kind of benefits of out of education, then how the people are enjoying that, how my people are not enjoying. This kind of things were keep on growing. And as Gandhian top people or as good souls, yes, if the soul is good, this soul has to think about all these things. You are a young boy or an elder or anything, if the soul is good, naturally you have to think about this. I don't want to say any speciality with this. My own surrounding, it made me to think about that, made me to work for that. Then I was really witnessing MLA will come and solve this, MP will come and solve this. Yes, this has not happened. It might be small things happen, but it was not up to the mark. It was not up to the expectation. So I sometimes expected my own father used to come and solve it. But I expected a lot from my father. My father tried his best, but it was not enough. But it was not enough. Then who will solve it? Who will solve it? When this will solve? That kind of fire keep on growing in me. Interestingly, by 18, 19, 20, that my age was there, the more and more education, more and more knowledge, more and more occupancy with the people and all. So the inner fire in me was growing. So then I was really waiting for the chance. Then the moment I passed, I passed engineering. My father spent a lot of money by selling some properties and all these things. When I became an engineer, he was expecting a lot, that I could get a good job or anything. Whereas in my case, that fire was there. No, nobody is coming there. People are coming. They are doing less thing. Why can't I do? So the moment I got a good job in ONGC, in submarines and other thing, whatever thrill of that engineering operations and all, I used to imbibe that. I used to see how I can take this kind of facilities to my people. This engineering, how can I adopt this in my village? This kind of thing was going on. So I resigned the petroleum job because it was highly payable. I mean, paid job. But I quit the job and joined as a scientist in CSIR because those days in near Madurai, it was Kundrakudi, one famous mud. It's called Kundrakudi. The Swamiji of that Kundrakudi was called Kundrakudi Adigalar. It was very radical Swamiji. And he used to talk more about poor. He used to talk about more about equality. And he used to come to our CSIR laboratory and ask the scientists to come to villages and adopt the village. And his village was the model village in 1982, 80 something, 83 something. Indira Gandhi, it was declared in the parliament one of the model villages in the country. So I happened to go as a young scientist. I happened to go there and work in that village. So then I was learning the village developmental process. Here only the turning point happened. Any scientist, any engineer who are all science CSIR people, we are going to village means Development in the village means starting a factory, starting employment. So that is unfortunate part, because after, if you are not understanding Gandhi, if you are not understanding going to the core, yes, natural thing is you are an educated person, all the educated engineers, scientists, you come here. How will you solve the problem of the village? How will you create employment in the village? Start a business, start an industry. Yes, in that way, my own CSIR lab, then we started variety of industries based on the high tech. What was the demand those days? Those days, India was importing lot of chemicals, lot of imported chemicals. Import substitute was the cry those days. Nowadays, export. Those days, import substitute, 83, 84 something. Then we were developing variety of import substitute chemicals, and we started all the chemical industries in the village. Yes, we have taken the land, and we have installed huge companies. The MUT, the Swamiji, he pledged some of the MUT land, and he brought money, and we spent the money. Those days, I'm talking in 82, 83, about 4 crore was invested. A massive chemical complex was established. So once it was established in the inauguration, once it was started, then Swamiji and all the whole village people, 300 people, they were standing there, and they were watching all of us going to get the
Hello.
job. But it's a chemical factory. In 15 minutes time, in reaction will be. Hello. Yeah. So we were not happy. And the Swamiji was not happy. He said, then all the scientists, they know only this. So then Swamiji started his own way. Then he mobilized some about 30 to 40 lakh rupee. He mobilized about 30, 40 young boys, and he purchased cycles and gave the cycles to them with a sack. They used to go, and they used to collect cashew from, that's a cashew bell, cashew from hundreds and hundreds of families. And the cashew used to come. These 25 people, they used to get their livelihood by collecting the cashew. And here in the village, and about 30 to 40 women, they used to roast the cashew and process the cashew and remove it and process it. That way, 40 women, they were employed. Again, with our science and technology, the cashew shell used to be extracted with the oil. With the cashew shell oil, we make a polymer and we make a primer out of it. This way, just by investing about 25 to 30 lakh rupee, we were able to create 45 to about 80 employments. By seeing that, Swamiji got motivated further. Then he started a lime kiln unit, and he started making lime and the processed lime with the chalk piece and something. That was giving employment for about 15 to 20. Whereas by spending 4 crore rupee, we were able to make a small employment. So then that was the one which opened my mind, and I started thinking about, with our own resources, with our own people, and with our own community, what is needed for us, then we can make a variety of employment that's sustainable. Interestingly, in 1984, when Indira Gandhi was assassinated, Rajiv Gandhi came and Narasimha Rao came, and those days, again, the economy was opened, and more of these chemicals, they became OGL list. Then automatically people started importing. All our big industries, all our 4 crore became standstill, and all are became that we became bankrupt. Whereas all small industries based on the local resources, local skill, local demand, then that was sustaining, it was going like anything. So then I realized, then I was sitting with the Swamiji one day analyzing it. I told Swamiji, this is the model we have to practice. And by the time the village became bankrupt and the Swamiji Mutt also became bankrupt, then Swamiji opened my mind. Ilango, with all these things, yes, somehow this has become a mutt. Don't worry. We will sell something and settle. With this experience, why can't you create a village? You can't work for a village and create a model. Then I told, show me something. Then he asked me, your village, you are also from a village, why can't you do in your own village? Then I told, sir, my village is near Chennai, it's a rowdy village and something, so it's very difficult to do that. Then he told, in your own village, if you are not catching a lizard, then you can't catch elephant anywhere. Something that was an old proverb in Tamil. So he told, then go there. If you are really interested in work for India, work for your village. He told the mantra. Your mantra should be, your village is your India. Take care of your village, because your people are known to you, and you know who are the troublemaker. You know what to do. Now you are technically qualified. You got a very good experience from this, failures and past and anything. So with this, why can't you do this? So that was the time I was really contemplating to quit the job. Then I told him, Swamiji, I am working in a very important defense project in submarine. Then the moment I opened this, spontaneously he told, Ilango, don't worry about submarine. If one Ilango is stopped, the submarine project will not be stopped. Hundreds and hundreds of Ilangos will come, and they will be a very good substitute for Ilango. There will be better substitutes for Ilango. Whereas going back with this experience, doing something for the village with education, that is the need of the hour. For that, Ilangos are needed. Why can't you? Don't worry about anything, then go there. Then I convinced my wife, and with a lot of struggle, of course, I quit the job. I went back to my village. I convinced my father and mother and parents. I started staying in the village, understanding the problem in the village, understanding something to develop in there. That was the time the 73rd Amendment was passed. And that was the time really I thought, okay, it's a miraculous coincidence, like Gandhi's ideas of, oh God, this you are contemplating, this is the time the power is coming. Then I talked to the village people. Village people also believed in me, because 2-3 years, I resigned the job. I'm struggling with the village people, and I earned the confidence of the community. And I contested, of course, it became a contest. I contested, I became the panchayat leader. Now, the whole idea of technology, the whole idea of development, then the plus is the panchayat. The panchayat has come. Now this time 73rd Amendment, which is guaranteeing the panchayat as a government in the village. And you can make a village level plan. You can sit with the community. Gram Sabha, everything was systematically, I planned. I called the Gram Sabha. I sat home and discussed about the whole plan. And the first massive Gram Sabha was organized. And the Gram Sabha, the plan was evolved. And it was a very systematic plan. It's a 5-year plan, and first year plan, second year plan, third year plan. And like that, the plan evolved. When the plan was evolved, how much money was needed, that evolved. Then the money was needed means how much you can make your own, how much the panchayat can mobilize, how much the community can contribute, how much the government can give. That was the time that then Chief Minister Karunanidhi, he was so happy to see that the plan, village level plan. And I used to get a lot of support from the government also. So in first 1 year, lot of things were done with the people. That is, the agenda was 1 rupee of the panchayat will become 2 rupee. 1 lakh of the panchayat will become 2 lakh. So this is something like this we started, and people started contributing a lot. Rich people contributed money, tractor people, agriculture people contributed the tractor, poor people, they contributed the labor. Some rich people, they offered rice and food so that the rice was given to the people. That way, in 1 year time, 2 year time, lot of things were addressed, and we started gaining confidence. And that was the time the chief minister, of course, that was the time because I have to fight with the bureaucracy, that BDOs and all the people, corruption and all. So because of that, I was disturbed. I was one of the first, the early removed panchayat leader. I was suspended because I am violating so many things, and I was thrown out, and I became tired. The liquor, illicit liquor has started coming in. Lot of life threat happened. A lot of pain and jail and so many things was happening. I lost my job, and the more life was in trouble. So this is the time, very carefully people can listen. This is the time I was totally tired. I lost the job. Of course, my wife has got a job, and she was taking care of the family and struggle in the Chennai. And I lost the job. I became sick. My father became a retired person. He used to support small support to me, but my life was almost terrible. And that was the time I became sick also. Interestingly, my wife took me to Chennai and admitted in the hospital, and she was the one who opened, Ilango sir, I can't stop you. You are so vigorous and so vehement and so good, of course. But the path, what you are, no, fight to fight and talk to talk and ride to ride, this could be stopped. Why can't you study the Gandhi's Satya Sodhana, this my experiment with truth in Tamil? I told her, where is the time for me? Then she told, okay, you are in the bed, 3-4 days. And she has studied many of the things, and she underlined, if you don't have the interest to study the whole thing, at least these areas you study. When I went through Gandhi's autobiography, oh God, then I thought, okay, yes, in my case, the truth is there. In my case, I'm 100% committed. In my case, yes, this is the need of the hour. We have to fight it out. And that energy, anyone goes through Satya Sodhana, this Gandhi's autobiography, and that power, if it is truth, go ahead. And yes, you need not brutal, but you tell the truth. Go ahead. Don't, no question of turning back. You will win, or I won't. Like that he was telling. Then in my case, I thought 100% I am doing the same thing. Then why should I turn back? Then I started coming out for a satyagraha. I declared a satyagraha, and the then chief minister took that as a challenge. We gave a challenge in the newspaper, whether the government has got the gut to come and stand in the Gram Sabha and read the charges of the panchayat, read the activities of the panchayats, read the Tamil Nadu panchayat at anything. Let the people decide which is right. Then Karunanidhi opened it, and Karunanidhi took a challenge. He sent the rural development minister, rural development secretary, rural development, the district collector, everybody go and stand in the Gram Sabha, read all the charges, what is the violation, what is the mistake, let the people decide. Then Gram Sabha was massive, Gram Sabha was organized, and when it was read, people started laughing at them. People started proving one by one how this is benefiting them, and people started proving their contribution, how it was happening. So that way, and I was reinstated in the Gram Sabha. And next day, Karunanidhi, chief minister, called me, and he gave me half an hour time to sit with him and discuss with him. And he then assured, okay, you try to make a model. If you are bringing 1 rupee, the government will give 1 rupee. That was called Namik Name, we for ourselves. Then I told, we will bring 2 crore. That is, it may be money or kind or labor or anything. Then chief minister gave 2 crore, 4 crore rupee. With that, we almost replenished the whole, all the water bodies were desilted, roads were nicely made, and every people's community groups were organized, and the works were given into them, no tender, no contract or anything. Then it became a beautiful model of Swaraj, community, we, the government, participation, transparency, and passion like Gandhi. So this kind of thing is was happening. And this was the village. And again, another information is this was the village where we, in the history of the world, or in the history of India, we created a new colony called Samatuapuram, equal living. We created 50 twin houses, that is 100 families, 50 twin houses, each twin house, one side a Dalit family, one side a Brahmin family, one side a Dalit family, other side a one-year family. Like that, 50 Dalit families, 50 non-Dalit families. They were thoroughly mixed, and that was coming at Samatvapuram. Karunanidhi gave that as a big support, and he adopted that as a state government scheme. And he promoted 123 Samatvapuram those dates itself. So that kind of lot of things. I came to the limelight, and a lot of ministers, Venkaiah Naidu came, Madhwani came, a lot of people started coming in. And yes, this became all right. That here is the turning point. Yes, once government money was there, lot of schemes were there, lot of supports were there, and a lot of employment was there. After that, when all the money was exhausted, Samatvapuram is finished, road is finished, Kalanja, whatever CM gave, that is also finished. After that, then it became a big question. All the people again, they became jobless, and the poverty situation started arising. Then I started really, that became a headache for me, of course. Not only headache, that became a challenge for me. Being a technocrat, being a scientist, I started traveling. And because of understanding Gandhi, then I didn't want to fly. I started walking. I started going to the people, sitting with the people, understanding their capacity, understanding their need. Then that was the time we studied the total consumption pattern of the families and how much rice is consumed. From rice to bindi, what is the consumption pattern of the families? And out of that, how much we can produce, how much they can borrow, how much we can create like that. Then when it became one village, it was not possible to invest and start the things. Then I thought networking the neighbor villages. So when we studied for about 15 villages, we found totally, totally about 12 crore rupees worth of commodities are consumed. In that, maybe 1.7 crore for the rice, and about 0.77 lakhs for tur dal, and 70 lakhs for the oil. Like that, when we found it was 12 crore rupees revolving for the local consumption itself, then why can't we start a rice mill? Rice mill already, a modern rice mill is there in 10 kilometers away, whereas ours is a paddy rich village. Why can't we start our own rice mill? Then modern rice mill you can't start. Why can't we reduce it to a mini modern rice mill? Then we brought it down to mini modern rice mill. Then we have brought it down to further mini modern rice mill. Now we have developed even technologies for operating the rice processing, dehusking unit, just for with 1.5 HP, something like this. Right from rice, tur dal, CFTRA has developed a technology for 30 lakh rupee. I bought the technology, and we have modified it, demystified it, made it simple with the 3 lakh to 3.5 lakh. Any tur dal, anywhere, you can collect the tur dal, process it, make it a tur dal. When you make tur dal, the tur dal is going for one purpose. The husk of the tur dal, the paddy husk and the bran. Husk is the fuel, the bran of that, and tur dal. Then we run our own oil mill. In that oil mill, oil is for one purpose. Then the oil cake is coming. Oil cake, tur dal husk, and the paddy bran blended. Then you make a cattle feed. The cattle feed goes to the cattle grower. Milk is coming. Milk is either straight away it is sold out, or we can process it. The processing, again, a larger processing unit. It may be Amul model or anything. That's a larger model. For Gandhi's model, smaller model, maybe 200 liters, 500 liters. Then we found 5,000 liters of milk. This can be produced in 2 villages or 3 villages. A viable milk-based products, processed milk, and apart from this milk-based product, it may be chocolate, it may be powder, it may be casein, and so many things. That kind of thing was developed. Like that, then I started roaming around across the country, like going to CSIR laboratories, going to IIT, going to IIM Ahmedabad, where this kind of smaller technologies are available with famous professor. I started networking all of them. Then I went to Delhi, and Delhi there is development alternatives, which was established by the great people. Then variety of buildings and building materials, and they all are 3 lakh, 5 lakh, 7 lakh packages. So you can make building materials. So in the areas of roti, kapda, makhan, and many of the things, say I told you about 40 to 45 technologies are available. All are demystified simple technologies, and within this 45 technology only 70 to 75% of the people's life, village people's life, is revolving. And this was the economy 400 years back. It was there, it was hand pound. Now it need not be hand pound, it is improvised hand pounding, improvised pounding. Not only simple improvising, ultra model technology, remote operated or sensible sensors, all these things the same small. That's why Mahatma Gandhi was very keen. Anyone talks about Swaraj, people have to, that day itself I told, we have to go through Hind Swaraj, a famous Bible, a famous great formula for a man's life. So that has given me energy again. And interestingly, Gandhi is very clear, this country's employment problem cannot be solved by mass production. It will be solved by production through masses. Anything you do, it should create opportunity for the man to work. He was not against science and technology, but in the name of technology, my earning base should not be eradicated. So the technology must be there. There must be a balance in adjusting the employment opportunity. And again, it should be easily understandable by a common man. And interestingly, the truth is, village people are talk like common men, but they are prudent people. They are farmers. They are clever people. They are excellent masonry people. And for a village level, it's only 1+1 construction. Why ultra modern technology has to come there? With lime itself, we can make a beautiful mortar. With the improvised technology with the lime, ultra modern technologies are there. Need not go for the Portland cement. We can make our own cement. So it may be cement, it may be a tonic, it may be a anything made up for food or anything. So all these commodities are maximum we can produce. Only the electronics item, electrical gadgets, certain things we can make, but certain things we can buy it from them. That is why here the important formula I want to say this. Even B.D. Sharma, many people you may be knowing Dr. B.D. Sharma, and I was almost a shishya for him. He used to come and stay in my village, in my place, and he had enormous energy. He used to get enormous energy when he comes here. So he used to say that expropriation of the wealth of the villages. The friends, those who are listening, please think. The wealth of this country was the villages. Before Britishers came, the kings were there, the emperors were there. They were not having any wealth. And they were the powerful people to control the people and ruling. Whereas the wealth was the village. The wealth was the land. The wealth was the coin. The wealth was the grain. The wealth was the milk. The wealth was the cotton. The wealth was the cloth. But slowly, in the name of Britishers people, they came, but for their benefit, they systematically ruined everything, and they brought something, and that has come down, that has occupied everything, and they were looting this country. That is why Mahatma Gandhi or anybody who led the freedom movement, they were keen in pushing out the Britishers out. Get out of this country. We know if the country comes in our hand, we can solve everything. We can revive everything. We can rejuvenate everything. That's why Mahatma Gandhi had a plan of reconstruction of India. Dismantle Congress. Go back to villages. It was unfortunate he was removed from India. I mean, he was killed. Otherwise, if he had lived for some more time, some kind of quarrel would have happened, and some kind of input for this kind of bottom-up approach, panchayat-based, people-based, this country's strength-based, this country's skill-based thing would have happened, but it has not happened. That's why I feel Mahatma Gandhi is missed. Then after that, I feel after becoming panchayat leader, after going through panchayats, I thought, okay, the great thanks I thought was Rajiv Gandhi. I didn't know much about him, his background or anything. I know, like others, I also know something. But after Mahatma Gandhi, the greatest person who thought about India, Indian villages, the strength of the villages, bottom-up approach, plan, panchayat, power to people. That was fantastic. Unfortunately, the curse of this country is he was also extricated from the system. So that's why I felt, oh God, this kind of thing. But this is experiment, and this is done. This is proved. And again, the technology. It is well. Not only me, variety of people. I can say 200 people, easily 200 people are outstanding people like Rajendra Singh ji and many people like IIM professor. Lot of people, they have done enormous technology development, and they are proven people, solved people. So what I thought, okay, then I thought the first 5 year gone, and second 5 year I was re-elected and no opposition. Then second year I thought, when in Tamil we call Ullatil Nalla Ullam Urangadu, a good soul will not sleep. So that's why I thought, when this black spot village, dangerous village, rowdy village, and this has been transformed as a beautiful model, why can't we travel across the state and catch hold of good panchayats? Then I traveled and I caught hold of about 200 panchayats in my network who are done people. They have done on their own way. They have done. Then we called a program called Panchayat Academy. It's a platform of good panchayat. They join in a place, in my own place, and we talk. It is not teaching. Ilango is teaching nobody. It is cross learning. Brothers are sitting and sisters are sitting. We are learning how you have done this. I have done this. I will do this. I will do this. When they go back in 2 days' time, they go as enriched people, learned from your own mother, learned from your own brother. That kind of thing it was going on. In that process, I was able to network more than 600, 700 panchayats in Tamil Nadu, and it was a panchayat federation I was going on. But unfortunately, after 5 years, in that period only, I started establishing a rural technology resource center where I'm sitting and talking now, and variety of technologies bought from various places. It's called demystification. In fact, being staunch followers of Gandhi, Patel Saab and all the people, anyone, we have to demystify the whole system. You are an educated person. Yes, I'm an engineer. I have to demystify my thing. As a chemical engineer, yeah, all the chemical theorem need not go to the village. The crux of the technology, how this can be modified, how this can be used. This way, demystifying the technology, and variety of demystification was done. And not only the technology, even talking, finance, everything. Fantastic system is available. We have to demystify all these things and taking this to the village people. So that's where, interestingly, the panchayat is the greatest tool available. Again, I'm humble before you all. Yes, the same way it was started in Kerala, our own brethren. It started in Karnataka with vigor, with Ramakrishna Hegde and something. That those period was golden period. People used to talk. Whereas here, unfortunately, Kerala, they have done everything. And they have done everything. I'm humble to say it is nothing political. Kerala is the only state where the state has no scheme, no Amma scheme, Appa scheme, Idli scheme. The state, what is the duty of the state? Organizing, collecting the village level Gram Sabha and Panchayat plans, integrating it into block level, integrating it to district level, integrating to the state plan. And the state plan is nothing but it's an agglomeration of the village level panchayat plan, and organize money, pass it to people again. So that's a beautiful model, that power of the people, power to people has been demonstrated in our own Kerala. So then it is there, why not be? So that kind of thing is happening. Then again, I am humble to say, though 25 years have gone, let it go. No doubt, no doubt. That's where Gandhi comes. Gandhi never bothered about, he had his own, he consumed the defeat, he consumed the failure, and come out with the Atma, that Atma Sakti, oh, this has happened. Oh, I'm sorry. Then we have to do this. That's the power of Gandhi. So that's why let us need not worry about 25 years have gone, 20 years have gone. Even hereafter, with this 20 years of failures, small successes, slippages, and there is a success, there is models, Kerala here and there. So the models are there, our failures are there, our slippages are there, our own experience is there. with this, even with this idea of rejuvenating the Gram Swaraj in Karnataka or in some other places, we can in 5 years time, we can build it again. We can build it again. This time, there is enormous energy with us. There is enormous experience with us. With this, we will not fail. And this will come up. That's why I'm just I'm going to wind it up. That the few things. One is, yesterday also I told, last presentation also I told, the assumption is strong panchayat. Strong panchayat is with a strong Gram Sabha. Gram Sabha means people are known people, enriched people. Ambedkar is very clear, the enriched citizenship of the community. People are enriched means the Gram Sabha will be enriched. So the participation. So a strong Gram Sabha, strong panchayat, panchayat as a local self-government. It should be a local self-government. Yes, governments are showing interest, but it is not. So that's why Gandhi, if Gandhi is there with us, everyone's soul is filled with Gandhi, we will not be getting attached with anything. We will be always talking, we will be always working, and we will never bother to turn back, because in front of us the truth and the right thing is there. It's slow, but we will make it all right. That kind of thing. So Gandhi and Gram Swaraj, strong Gram Sabha, and rethink about the inner thinking of economy. The economy. Again, the danger is, I'm talking with all Patel Saab and all the great people. The danger is you are not even allowing the people to go make their own sambar powder. Yes, sambar rasam, sambar anything comes. That means in my own, my grandson or my granddaughter who is 20 or anything, they will forget everything. And one day, due to some calamity or due to something, some political changes, these things will vanish. And our 130 crore people, out of that, at least 100 people, 100 crore people will be left over with nothing. So that is, it's a high time to understand Gandhi, to understand the Gram Swaraj, and work in a small way. That's why, as Raghunandan mentioned, out of 12,000 panchayat in Tamil Nadu, maybe out of 15,000 panchayats or 7,000 panchayats in Karnataka, when we go and search, we will easily find out 500 panchayats and maybe 10 clusters or 20 clusters. Or take one cluster with all. So imagine you call me. I'm staying in a cluster for 1 month. I can stay, and opportunity is there. People are there. Openness is there. Yes, with this experience, I can pour my ideas and do things like 4 or 5 people. Rajinder is coming. Other people are coming. 2 months is enough to vibrate this one cluster or 2 cluster, 3 cluster. Then the cluster comes, no hiding, no raising the collar, humble, Gandhi, demonstrate the truth, demonstrate the result. Naturally, the government has to adhere this. And yes, nothing against anybody, nothing against government. It's again our own people, community. Yes, this is the way we can teach a lot if needed. That's why Gandhi never taught. Gandhi was simply living, he was practicing. And yes, now the world is talking, listening. So that's why this kind of small Gandhi type of works. Maybe different types of dressing, different types of activities. But Gandhi is driving. Gandhi is driving. So that is the need of the hour, I feel. So like Dr. D.R. Patel Saab said, how this can create employment. Yes, if the community is allowed to sit, about 300 families, 500 families, maybe in a ward, they are sitting and talking. If employment is needed, how many families needed? If they raise the hand, how many families having land? How many families? This. By sitting with them in 3 days, we can arrive a plan. We can arrive a plan, viable plan, workable plan. That kind of thing is also possible. So I'm open, and in this process, I am a good friend of Kalam. Kalam used to visit here. Kalam used to, when he was president, and I used to go there and sit with him. And he was almost a father to me. And he used to listen. And with D.R. Patel Saab and H.M. Patel Saab and all, Manishankar Iyer Saab, I used to say Annakudi. In Tamil, We call Annakudi. I mean, Kannada also it may be Annakudi. That is food, flag for food. That Annakudi was flying in hundreds and hundreds of villages in this country. So the king used to send some person, officer, go there, find out. We are going towards east, for 100 kilometers. How many Annakudi villages are there? If Annakudi villages are more, king will simply say, come on, let us start. King will go, the army will go, the everything, horse, elephant, anything will go. The Annakudi village will take care of their food and they will feed. So then Kalam used to think, Ilango, we have to raise Annakodi in some villages of this country. So we were working, but it was president has to hoist. So then again, it's a very tough job, sir. You have to thoroughly, we have to make it. Then he became angry in those days. He anger and he cried on me. And after relinquishing the post also, he was waiting. Unfortunately, he is no more. But we can really work. I can take this or we can take this. We'll jointly work for creating Annakodi panchayats, Annakodi villages. And then this is happening. It may be prime minister, it may be chief minister or rural development minister. They are seeing it. And what is the cost? So it's not costly. Oh God, this is made use of this. People are happy. People are healthy. Oh God, fantastic. That has to come. That's the strength of Gandhi. So like that, I'm totally committed. I'm thorough with whatever I'm talking. And thank you for listening this.